lock or?
It does, and I'll sort that out for you shortly. Right, also got headphones on there, so just relax your knees. Come forward a little bit more. There we go, that should lock you in. That's good, should have left and right on that.
Yep.
So you're only going to use the rudders for steering on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. Outside of that, let's get this put on to Echo Golf Oscar Victor.
What simulator do you use?
P3D at the moment in the back of this.
Yeah. I've got the FS Microsoft 2020.
Yeah. And that's got fantastic scenery, of course.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah.
This hasn't got that level of scenery.
But there's no Vulcan bomber for it yet.
Well, for 2020?
2020. There is for FSX, which I downloaded and it kept crashing, so I couldn't, not the plane, the program. So I haven't tried flying one of these. So I usually fly the light aircraft on there. So.
Okay.
I haven't done it for a few months, so it's really interesting.
So I'm just going to go straight off the 3-1, probably. I don't know, 1-3 on there, so let's go off that.
Is it one big curved screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice to have one of these in my study, wouldn't it?
Indeed. Right. So put that one on there whilst that's loading in. That's fine. Slightly off kilter. Plug the extra lighting in. Otherwise, we're not doing that bad. But okay, you can see everything there, can't you?
Yeah, that's right, mate.
No. Yeah, that's good, because otherwise that'll overexpose anymore. That's fine.
That's fine, yeah, that's good.
Right, so being a flight sim pilot, etc., if you put your headphones on, then we can chat through there. That would be good.
Okay.
Right, there we go. So, in the cockpit here, which is fine, it's on pause at the moment because it saves with noise, etc., so we can go through all the instrumentation. So we've got our radio altimeter, so from 500 feet all the way down to whack whack, oops. With our machometer, we're not going to be going up particularly high levels, so we won't be going anywhere near using the Mach for airspeed. Otherwise we're using our airspeed here, big handles, tens of knots, little arm is hundreds of knots. And we're going to fly around about 250 to 350 knots. Maximum speed for Vulcan 330 knots. Unless operationally approved, then they can go up to 375 knots.
What, maximum speed?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah.
Really? So the Mach meters, I suppose it depends on the altitude.
It does indeed. You might only be doing 200 knots, but you'll be doing Mach 0.9.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So once you go up through, once machometer's actually reading Mach 8.2, you'd actually disregard that and just run off your machometer, going up on height, so from about 25,000 feet onwards.
Okay.
Now, our altitude, so hundreds of feet, thousands of feet for the hour hand. Minute hand is hundreds of feet. Second hand is thousands.
Yep. Hundreds of feet. That's a big hand.
Hundreds of feet, thousands of feet, tens of thousands of feet.
Oh, really? Okay, so you've got three.
Yeah, so you've got a little second hand in there. So when the second hand's pointing towards the 2, you're at 20. Plus then whatever you've got in the little hand, plus whatever you've got in the big hand.
Fair enough.
So we've now got then our compass, so that's pointing at the moment south. We've got 2 needles in there which we're not really using today.
Okay.
The first one, the blue one that you can see, is the ADF, and you tune that to an NDB.
Right.
So you'll be aware of that if you're flying all the little stuff.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
And the VOR is the green.
Right.
Now, Vulcan wouldn't normally have VOR in here, they'd have TACAN in here. So this is a simplified version because most people won't be able to read the displaced compass. Keep forgetting what the thing's properly called, and it'll come back to me shortly.
Okay.
So that is a simplified version, pointing straight up. Compass rose rotate, so we get our bearings in that respect.
Yeah.
In the real aircraft, thered be a TACAN here, which is just a big dial again with a compass rose around it, a pointer, and a distance distance meter.
Yeah.
That'll tell you how far you aim.
Yeah.
So it'll be working just like a VOR would do.
Mhm.
Then we've got our artificial horizon, or the backup artificial horizon, so it gives us our angle of bank in effect. So this is going to give us our bank angle
Yeah.
with a little white triangle, 10, 20, 30, which is fine, 60, 90. Same thing with here for the artificial horizon. The ladder is static, so you'll have been used to rotating ladders.
Mhm.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
doesn't have a rotating ladder, it's a static ladder, so once you've gone past 20 degrees pitch nose up, then you're just basically not worrying about it. We're a bomber, we're not
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
fantastic outside of that. Variometer giving us our heights going up and down.
Climb rate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Reasonably accurate up to 1,000 feet, but then once it starts going above that, 1,500 feet, 2,000 feet, get away with that more or less, but it gets less accurate as the rate of ascent or descent increases.
Okay.
Most probably the most important thing here is the G meter. So the aircraft is stressed, actually, as you can see, it's given us a maximum of 4.5 G and a minimum of -2 and a bit.
That's right.
Yeah, that's rubbish. If we pull those, the aircraft would be grounded.
Yeah. Too much stress.
Far too much. The aircraft is stressed to +2 G under 168,000 pounds weight, or 1.8 G if it's heavier.
It's not much, is it?
It's absolutely nothing. And it's not stressed to -G, so 0 G is all you can pull. So you've got a range of 0 to 2 G.
Because when you see them in flight, because I used to watch it all the time at flight air shows, and that,
Mhm.
it does seem to be doing more than that. When it does its climb away, and bank
Looks
over.
are exceedingly deceptive,
Yeah,
and as
100%.
you'll find once we start manoeuvring the thing, you'll find that 2 G's are actually really quite plenty,
Mm.
particularly as we're only flying around about 250 knots.
Yeah.
They'll best the thing in, as you will have seen the Vulcan come herring in, and it's going up to 300 knots, comes in 300 knots, and then you hear the engines go straight to idle
Idle, yeah.
because they can't go any faster. Then they're going to pitch the thing up, put the power on, and do a wing over, and it all looks very, very impressive.
It
But
does,
they're
yeah.
not actually pulling any more than about 1.5 G.
Well, it does look more. Yeah. It does look a lot more.
It's quite surprising, isn't it?
It is.
So let's have a
I'm
look.
very surprised it's no negative G.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not stressed in the pilot's notes. It's not allowed. There is no G. There's no negative G. So and there's a number of bits and pieces, and it's like the speed limitation was 330 knots, but they will authorise it up to 375 knots. The engines are powerful enough to make it go way through that very quickly,
Right.
but the aircraft doesn't fly very well once you get up to those speeds. So as you get increasing speed, if you get up to about 400 knots here, and then you start feeling that the input just doesn't start, it stops working. In effect, yeah, you get high-speed compression stalls over the wings, over the control surfaces. It's one big flying wing.
Yeah.
And unlike any other aircraft, unlike most other aircraft you're likely to have flown in terms of the simulator, you fly the cross on this. We either are doing pitch or we're doing roll. We don't do pitch and roll. Okay,
Which
up
I
to
do in the low ones.
yeah, you will do all that, and that'll be a bad habit for you.
Oh, okay.
Because once you're pulling back, once you pull back a bit on the stick and you try to roll it,
Yeah.
what's happening is the wing's under load and it will roll very, very slowly.
Right.
So if you want to get a quick rate of roll, we do want a quick rate of roll when we're flying low level in the valleys. So we take off, always negative, always take off whatever positive G you've got onto the thing, so you're just easing the load of the aircraft, and then you do the roll, then you come back into centre, then you reintroduce the back pressure that you want to do. Okay? It'll be very interesting. Now I'm just going to lock myself down. So engine instrumentation, don't need really to worry about what we're doing when we're flying low level. It's going to be about 70% power. Probably a little bit under 70% when we're flying in the valleys around here, because otherwise we'll accelerate through 275 knots really quite quickly. We don't want to be much faster than 275 because the aircraft isn't going to handle very well. It'll have a turning radius of an elephant.
Yeah.
Which is why you're travelling at 250. I've had some of the civil pilots in here and they wazz the thing around at 350 knots because of the G, and they're trying to pull 4 or 5 G. The aircraft will just fall apart at that. So they don't actually, they treat it more as a game than as a proper simulation. and so I always quite have a go at these airline captains.
Yeah, well, they can't do it in a real plane. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm going to be teaching them formation flying and all sorts of other bits and pieces. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll off down the runway, steering with the rudders only, and then we get to 110 knots. That's our V1 speed. So I assume you know your V speeds.
Yeah.
Okay, so rotate to 145. It's a nice swift, steady pull back to get up to about 15 degrees nose up. Yep, once we've got positive rate of climb, I'll call positive rate of climb, and then you press light switch in, which is the gear lever. That's gear up, that's gear down.
Is it a switch?
Yeah, just push it forward. Yep, and then in one underneath.
What does that do? Switch again?
Yeah, just push it again. That's it. Just an on-off thing, really.
It's a bit dark, right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's get it down now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's gear down, and then gear up will be that main one in. And we would normally get 3 lights on there, but we've not got them on there today. Another wire has dropped out of the system.
Has it got brakes on the rudder?
It did have. They've been disconnected because they caused far too much problem with people. So I have a master brake switch down here, which I leave the brakes on until we're ready to roll. Then I release the brakes, and then I can control it when we basically land. So that gives us a decent enough stopping distance. So we've covered that. What we're going to do is take off. We're going to climb initially to a couple of thousand feet, level off, make sure our speed's around about 250 knots. Going to go travel forward and go through that gap right in the hills, right in front of us.
Yep.
In effect,
The low one?
the one one to the right. You've got one to the left, one to the right.
Yeah, I see, yeah. About 1 o'clock.
Now,
I'd say 11 o'clock.
yeah, you've got a one-way system going on here in reality. So you can fly out the one that's right in front of us, and you fly back on the other one.
I understand.
Okay, and then the same thing when we go around the Mach loop. It's an anti-clockwise loop.
Right.
So we'll go around that a couple of times. That's not a problem.
I've never done this in a simulator, funny enough.
Well,
I've seen it done, but I've never done it on my own simulator. I've never flown the Mach loop.
oh right, okay,
So
fine.
this will be a first for me.
Well, it's easy enough to do. It just takes a little bit of concentration, and we'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can start by getting ourselves unpaused. And there we go.
So this is forward and back.
Yep, absolutely. All the normal stuff.
I don't need to worry about any buttons.
No.
Okay.
So one thing you will find at the moment is it will require quite a bit of force forward on the stick at the moment.
Right.
Okay. So if you give us a little bit of power.
So I can do this on my left hand, all right?
Yeah, you can absolutely
Yeah.
do it that way round first of all, and then steer with your legs just to get the thing going. That's enough power on there, just for taxiing purposes.
The brake. Oh, you got the brake on me.
Yeah, I'm just taking it off. That's the brake on, so that's the brakes working. So just give it a push to the left.
Yep, doing that.
Just get it on centre line.
Because we're quite away in front of the.
Yeah, the steering wheel's behind us by about 15 feet.
Yeah.
So that's good. And that's good. Got a nice steady roll there. So accelerate up to 100% power, then pull back about a half a centimetre.
Full power, yeah.
Yeah, that's full power. Good bit of left boot.
Yeah, it's slow, isn't it?
Because it's reliant on the rudder now, so and it's bugger all. So forward pressure on the stick. I'll just bring this throttles back to 95%, which is good. We've gone through V1. There's rotate, so nice swift pull back on the stick. That's good. Looking for 15 on here.
Yep.
Keep it coming.
15. Oh, it's quite steep, isn't it?
It's very, very steep.
Steeper than I thought.
And positive rate of climb gear on.
Yeah, so that's.
It's a very swift pull, because otherwise the aircraft will accelerate very quickly. It's already gone through 200 knots. So forward on the stick now and reduce the power to about 70%. So you've got the long lag, so forward on the stick.
Yeah, yeah, alright.
So what we're going to do is we're going to want to see the ground first off, because if we can't see the ground, we're going to hit it. That's guaranteed.
You can see it outside, but the nose is.
No, that's alright, that's where we're going to get the nose down.
It's coming down there.
There we go. There's the nose coming down. So a little bit of right hand. Sorry, a little bit to the left now. Roll it off to the left. Yeah, don't use the rudders now.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, it's not. It's got dampers on there. Yaw dampers on there, which really serves it well. So with the yaw dampers on and then pilot using rudder, it gets a lot of Dutch roll.
Right.
So you basically either run angle of bank and G, which is how we're going to turn it at low level and being quite fast. And yeah, just drop the nose down.
So is that the one in front of us now?
Yeah, just drop the nose down so we can see it.
Yeah, you're right about pushing it forward, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Okay, so the one over there on the furthest on the left is the one that we're going to want.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't pull back as well?
Not at the same time.
No.
So what's going to really throw you at first is, when doing a high energy manoeuvre, is letting the nose drop first, then putting the bank on, then pulling back on the stick.
Yeah, you've got to think ahead, haven't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is definitely an aeroplane that you have to think about flying. So forward on the stick and roll back to the right.
We're going to go down that valley.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we doing speed-wise? 200?
220 at the moment, which is fine. I've been back and throttles off for you.
Right. What height do we go through this?
We're going to be about 500 feet.
Is that where we are?
No, we're at 2 grand at the moment.
Oh, what's this then? Oh.
That's the radio altimeter.
Oh, yeah, you said.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah, down
there we are.
2000.
Yeah, 2000. So roll it into the right.
Yeah.
So roll it nicely into the right. A little bit more. Don't be afraid of putting a lot. Don't pull back on it. You pull back on it instinctively.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to stop it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you want the nose to descend. So the
Yeah,
nose is descending.
oh,
We're
yeah.
picking up speed to 250 now,
Right, yeah, I see
which is
now.
cool.
Yeah, I went to, 2000.
Yeah, 2,000 feet in the descent. So rolling's level now. We'll pick up a bit of speed as we're going down here, but the throttles are set at 70%, so they're not going to do us a lot of harm. Just roll it slightly to the left now to square up to the centre of the valley.
Go down that
Yeah,
valley,
absolutely.
Go down there,
So descending through 1,300 feet indicated, and then the radio elk will kick in shortly. So there we go. That's good. A little bit of forward pressure. This is where everybody comes out of it very, very tired.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
And what I'm going to do, I'll take the photograph at the end of the session. I'll take the photograph at the beginning.
Oh, they're covered in sweat, one.
Yeah, you'll be used to it now. And we got about 365 knots on, which is fine. We've got 1,000 feet indicated, and the radio out's not touched yet. So push the nose down. Don't be afraid to go push the nose down.
I want to be lower there.
All the way for you. Check. That's lovely. Roll it wings level. Now we're looking at the rad out, see when it comes up. Nice and centre down the valley, so roll slightly to the left. There we go. That's alright. Yeah. You'll get used to the thing. That's just popping through there. That's nice.
It does respond fairly quick, doesn't it?
Oh, it can, especially when you get it going. So we've got the rad out flicking around about 450 feet now, so that's good. So I keep around about that sort of level, so just push forward on the stick, maintain that through here. Thinking left and right, clearance for the wings, flying it down through the valley.
Yeah, because in a fighter you're doing this at 800 or 600.
420 knots normally for the Hawks coming through here, and even the big jets. Very rare that they come through any faster than 470, that's for sure. 480.
I'll have to try this. I've got Concorde on mine. I'll have to try it with Concorde.
Have you got the Hawk?
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah, the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem I find with Microsoft 2020 is it all sort of runs on rails. So now, this is going to be the interesting bit now. You're going to go 80 degrees of bank to the left now.
To the left. I'll go that way.
Yeah, left, 80 degrees of bank. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Check. Now feeding back pressure. Check on your G meter, look for 2G.
Oh, yes.
Keep pulling to 2G. There you go. Check that forward now. That's good. Forward on the stick, fully forward on the stick. Roll to the right. Then you get your roll of rate. So you've unloaded the wing.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then we're following the river.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was alright.
Yeah.
That's a height, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, height's good. around about 350 feet at the moment, which is good. 248 knots, which is fine. See how that nose is pitching up all the time?
Yeah.
But you are going to have a little bit of forward pressure. We haven't quite got the balance on this. Somebody broke it yesterday, and I've had to do a temporary fix.
Left now?
No, we're still going right.
Right.
Follow the valley through to the right. Nice big bank now. Don't be afraid of putting the bank on. Military jet, remember, so you're going to use bank, bank, bank. Now you can pull into 2G. If the nose comes up at 2G, just ease it off until the nose stops coming up. Because otherwise you're going to come out of the low level environment, get shot down by a nasty snow.
Yeah, it's climbing.
Yep, roll your wings level. Excellent.
Where's the...
Okay, we've got another valley over there, so let's pop over there. It's all very fly-by-sight at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice big bank over. Do you know what a wing over is, I assume?
A wing over?
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll do one down here then. Forward on the stick. Drop the nose down.
Keep the light up.
So we're not touching the throttles whatsoever, and it's varying depending on how high we're going to go up. Yep, absolutely. Yep. That's it. Nice and gentle. What you'll find is it is quite responsive. So people pull far too hard, far too far.
Yeah.
You only just need to often just need to introduce the thought of wanting to go up, and that will clear you through.
Yeah.
Very important to try and find now your visual level flight references out the window. So we'll do that in a little bit. That's it. Just follow this river through. Nice little river, valley either side. You're always constantly checking left and right, because you never know if you see any other aircraft come early around this way.
So is it round to the right now?
Yeah. So climbing up there is far too much, so we'll on the deck. There we go.
Go round to the right?
Yeah, keep it going. That's nice. We'll get there. It's just nice and smooth. It's a reasonably quick rate. A little bit of back pressure in. That's enough. See? So you're going to say, oh no, I'm going to pull back, and you pull back twice as far as you need. You get far too much angle of attack on. Now the aircraft is very benign in terms of stalling it. You can't do an accelerated stall above 168 knots if you remain within the criteria of the G.
Right.
But if you overstress it, yes you can. You can do an accelerated stall.
Which way are we going now?
A little bit of back pressure on. Yeah, we're on south at the moment, which is fine. So we'll roll it back to the other way. So forward on the stick first, then roll it to the left. Have a little look. See, yeah, hard left now. Come to the left of this hill right in front of us. That's good. Check there. Feed in the back pressure. Keep the nose nice and level. Keep feeding the back pressure in. Nose is dropping. A bit more back pressure.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. There we go. If in doubt, have a quick check of the G.
Yeah, I should check the that's alright.
Rolling wings level now. All the way across. A little bit of back pressure just to clear that ridge. That's lovely. Check forward. As soon as you've done it, you're thinking, no, I'm going to check forward. So you are thinking all the way forwards, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Just a bit, yeah. Well, I should watch this more, really.
No, you really shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
No, you should not be watching. You should be using your instruments for the occasional confirmation. Rather, it's all visual out here. We're flying VFR. Just straight on at the moment, so you just check we've got high ground left and right, so we're nicely coming through a little gap in the ground here. We've got a lake in front of us, so hopefully that'll be Lake Barlow. So we're just going to check that. So we're going to roll slightly to the left. It should be quite a long lake, pointing pretty much north and south. We're flying pretty much south at the moment. So I might just have got us slightly lost. Then again, it might be exactly where I want to be. Because it's not often I come out of valley to go and find this. Normally it's on a 2-hour sortie, and we've come up, we've gone around the lakes, and we come back with a formation flying, coming down south to Lake Barlow, and then we do the Mac loop, because by that stage they've sort of used to all the controls. So we're just looking at the length of that lake. That lake's looking pretty good for being Barlow, so we're going to do a teardrop round to the left. So just drop the nose down a little bit. Very important to always remain in visual contact with the ground. You can't see that hill
I can now.
Yeah. So now that's it. So just check that back now. Now what we'll do is have a quick reference check. So a little bit more back pressure on the stick. Now I'm not looking at the controls.
Right.
Check that forward now. Check it forward, check it forward, check it forward. That won't be a million miles off of level.
Right.
Right, now what I'm doing is I'm using the nuts and bolts on the windscreen.
Yeah.
I'm finding where the horizon is and associating that nut and bolt, so that's on my visual reference.
Right.
So for me, the third nut and bolt up, off of this patch on this window here, will
Yeah.
give me more or less a straight and level flight.
Okay. And for me, it's about the same.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, you know, you're just using that as a good reference. So you're going to check the ground over here. We've got high ground here, so we're just going to be aware of that because we're going to teardrop around to the left now. So if we go in for about 30 degrees of bank, and then we'll need for 30 degrees of bank, we'll need just over 1.2 G to keep it level. So, that's it. Now feed in some back pressure. Pick the nose up a little bit just to clear the high ground. Excuse me. There we go, 1.2 G.
Yeah.
Now once you start flying it by the numbers, it all behaves exactly how you would expect it to behave. What you're doing is you're leaving on left bank. We're getting deeper and deeper into the pattern.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, we just touched the ground there.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
That's back to the panel shop for them to bend that one out, but it's okay, it'll buff out.
Yeah.
So you only just grazed it, which is really quite good. I mean, I'm not serious as the thing. So now we're going to continue the left-hand turn. That's nice. So once you're in the turn, you've got about 25 degrees of bank on there, which is nice. That's enough. So center the stick so there's no more bank comes on. Now feed in some back pressure. There we go. Tiny little bit of back pressure and see how the nose picks up.
Yeah.
So the expression in the Air Force is a good pair of hands, and it's how soft and how smooth you control the aircraft. So that's coming through north, which is fine. Here's Bala. So we keep the turn going.
I'll keep it going.
Keep the turn going. We'll fly down the lake.
Oh, down the lane.
So all we did is come out wide a little bit and teardrop round to the left. Give ourselves turning room. Bingo, we've got the turning room. Steepen the bank a little bit, and then that's good. Check that. Now you can feed in a little bit more back pressure just to bring the nose around, and you'll increase you'll decrease your turn radius, and voila! Flying it by the numbers, nicely around about 400 feet. Check forward now. Check forward first, then roll wings level, fully over to the right. Check. Now, if you checked it forward, as you did. See now as we've rolled out, the lift vector when it's restored, we're flying pretty much straight and level.
Yeah.
So we've got this little valley right in front of us, so you're going to need to just jink it to the right and watch the nose pitching up. So in reality what would happen now is we'd be either being joined by some valley hawks coming out over doing a medium level transit to Bala and then coming down this route. We've got a couple of other options. Roll to the left now. So once we get through this little valley that's right in front of us, it's now 11 o'clock now, so you just need to roll slightly to the left. Now the point of view that you're seeing out of that window is a bit distorted.
Oh, okay.
So always give a cross-reference out of what you see out of this window and out the front window. Yeah, your head's always moving around with this.
Yeah, the visibility, because you're quite low down.
Oh no, absolutely. That's good, roll that wings level. Okay. So in a moment we're slightly on the slow side. That's okay, I'll just adjust the engines. That's me, that's fine. Forward on the stick a little bit now. Try and keep it in the low level environment. We're at 400 feet indicated.
300 now.
Yeah. And the barometric altimeter is giving us to 1150 feet. Yeah. Okay. So as you're coming down through this valley, a couple of things to be aware of in reality are off to the right is the estuary for whatever lake, whatever inlet is called, the river, I can't pronounce all the bloody Welsh stuff. Bamford or Bamforth or something like that is the town that's on the estuary. So that's an inbound track. So there'll be hawks coming down from the left, through the waterway, following the water water and the river until it just it narrows off to a small river, and then following the road round in a half circle from about the 2 o'clock position to that little valley, that very distinct V that we're looking at. That's Cad East, Cad West.
Right.
Okay, so nose down so we can see what's going on. We'll do it over relatively high first, so you can get your bearings on where everything is, and then we'll get progressively lower. So in reality, we'd be following off to the left slightly, and you can now see the estuary out on the right-hand side.
Yep.
So they follow that estuary through, following the valley through, over a little town, up and follow the main road through. The other thing that we would then note is off to the left. So you've got hawks coming in from that way that you keep an eye out for, and then now roll wings level. Just out here, you can see just immediately to our left, that's where you'll get the F-15s from Lakenheath and the F-35s from Lakenheath coming in that way, because they would have joined the Mac loop from McCumleth. Just roll it to the left now so we can go into the entrance, the established entrance to the Mac loop.
Is that
It's
one
Cad East, Cad West. Yeah, that's the one now. So you got the valley in the middle, you got the dark side, which is because it's all photographic scenery and it was in shadow at the time, so a little bit of back pressure. Aim it at it. That's check forward now, check it forward. That's it, got it turned in, aim at it, that's right. Right aim at the centre of it, that's fine. So Cad West is the one on the right. On that first little hump, that's where they all sit with their cameras.
How is it? Yeah.
Go forward on the stick now because you're coming up too high at the moment.
Brilliant.
I know we're going to go through it high. We are already going through it high. We're not going through it low level. So I'm going to terrorise you later on with that.
I'm going to hit it.
No, roll to the right now. Roll to the right.
Oh, I'm going down there.
That's it. That's it. Roll to the right.
Yeah, I see.
Now pull it in. There you go.
Sorry, I thought we were
No, that's
over,
okay. No, that's
going
okay.
over the top one.
Right. So if you've ever seen the Mac Loop videos, forward on the stick.
Forward.
Yeah, forward on the stick and nose down. Roll to the left now. Now's the little lake you see them disappear down to.
Yeah, I've seen
And then they all turn hard left, which is called Corris Corner. And because it's all in shadow, it's this thing here right in front of us onto our left.
Yeah.
Don't turn it yet. A little bit of back pressure. Just get it level. Now we're going to do hard left.
Oh, we're going over there, are we?
Yep, hard left. Check. Now you're going to pull in the back pressure. Looking through this window, you can see the roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. See the valley. There's the valley as it starts to straighten out. We ease off our back pressure, which is fine. The nose will drop and bring us back down into the valley, which is fine. And roll wings level to the right. Hard to the right. There we go. That's check there. We can see a little bit of back pressure in now. A little bit of back pressure in, get it level. We're going to match the gradient that's right in front of us and rolling hard to the right. Getting about 50, 60 degrees of bank hard to the right. Now going to 80 degrees, that's fine. Now pulling into 2G.
Yeah. 2G.
Pull in and hold the 2G.
Yeah.
That's fine, check that. So we're slightly on the high side, but we know we're doing that deliberately. Now most of them don't get over this hump, so roll wings level now. And you'll see the valley continues to carry on, so we're pushing down to join the valley. The Cumleth is just in front of us and slightly out to the right. So we aim for this forest this side, but aim for the forest this side because we need turning room on here.
Ah, okay.
Right, so a little bit of back pressure clears that, that's enough. Now you can roll hard left. Hard left. Check. Now feeding your 2G back pressure. Keep an eye on the G meter so you get 2G. You can look at the river. There's the river. You're going to follow the river all the way nice and tightly round, and the nose has come up a bit, but don't worry about that. We'll get that all sorted on the next pass. There we go. As the river straightens out in front of us, ease that back pressure off, then roll wings level. Nothing to it.
No, it's cake.
Forward on the stick. And when you do this on Flight Simulator 2020, you won't have the heights. Because because of the way that the wraparound has been set, we're getting a new graphics card in, so hopefully I'm going to get them to fix that. And it will reduce the heights on here. In some ways, it's nice having the big heights like that because people find it more exciting to a certain extent. And you'll find when you try and fly it in the Hawk on Microsoft Flight Simulator, I thoroughly recommend that you try it at 300 knots first.
Oh yeah, I will now. I never really
Forward on the stick.
But the Hawk's it's a good plane on that simulator. Have you done it?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got I'm just about to get the 737-800.
I've got that.
So I can do that for study, for maintenance on the 737 here. But I have the Hawk in 2020. I have the Vulcan in X-Plane 11.
Yeah, I've got to explain, but I didn't get the Vulcan because there's a lot of money in the Vulcan. I'll explain.
I've got really no idea. It's because I'm self-employed in terms of it. It's just I'm not against the taxman.
I'm retired. Oh yeah, I can't do that. I'm retired, but
Forward on the stick.
it just struck me that it was
Roll wings level.
It was a lot of money.
Yeah, roll wings level. All the way across. There you go. Check. The hill in front of us is dark green on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Right in front. So roll to the right a little bit. To the right.
Oh, the right.
Don't worry, it happens to everybody.
It does amuse me every so often. So we've got this little hill that's dark on the left-hand side, and yep. So we're aiming for the right-hand side of that dark wood. As we come to this wood here, right in front of us.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Check forward.
Yeah.
Check forward. Roll wings level.
Sorry.
You can then see a wooded hillside.
Yes, I see.
Behind that is a valley.
Oh, is
We're
it?
going to turn into that valley.
Right.
Okay. Now I'll have to try and get things out for you to give you the right names. That's it. Roll it through. Check there. Now feeding the back pressure. Just keeping those quite level. As the nose picks up, just ease the back pressure off. There we go. That's it. Fly it nice and steady around the corner. That's nice. Ease the back pressure off. Roll wings level. Roll wings level. Fully over. Check. Give it a couple of bananas.
What does that mean?
Seconds.
Oh.
So give it about 3 bananas, then you can roll again. Roll back to the left.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, we're going around it. Okay.
Yep. So take round the second half. That's enough. Again, there's back pressure in. As soon as the nose is climbing up, you're going to ease that back pressure off. Just take a little bit of bank off. Bank off.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it. A little bit tight on that corner there, so we just turn a little bit easier.
The wings are a bit closer.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Left again.
No, we're going to go right now. So there's a road right in front of us that goes up through this valley here, this burn point here. So we're going to rotate to the right now.
Through that gap.
Yep. Hard across. Hard across. Hard across. Check. Now feeding the back pressure. Start to ease that. That's it. That's nice. Roll it back the other way now. Check. A little bit of back pressure just to clear that. That's lovely. Forward on the stick. Down to about 150 feet. Almost 80 feet over the top. Nice. Forward on the stick.
That was clear then, wasn't it? 100 feet.
Yeah, we're alright. So then you got a little road just down now.
Yep.
Yep, follow that road. So now you can see the estuary, so we'd be immediately now looking for any of the hawks coming up there that will be conflicting traffic. We go into a nice turn. A little bit of back pressure, that's it. And you're putting the back pressure on just to keep the nose level.
And then right.
Yeah, keep coming back.
Okay, no.
Back pressure in. Here comes CAD west. Here's CAD east.
Oh, I see. We're going right around there.
Check forward. Check fully forward now. Stops the turn. Roll to the right. Nicely in. Check. That's lovely.
Okay,
So now you're going to follow the road through, basically.
Yeah.
So I've got hands off at the moment. It's all up to you.
So,
A little bit of back pressure in.
where do we go with the dark
Right.
hill?
Yeah, just point to the dark hill. You're rolling too early. Now you can roll.
To the right.
Yeah, roll to the right, and you're over banking it. That's correct. A little bit of back pressure in just clears that side. Whoops. That's roll to the left. Left. A little bit on the early side. Forward on the stick.
Yeah, it climbs quick, doesn't it?
It'll soon pick the nose up, absolutely. So we're going to roll off to the left a little bit now. Just clear. That's good. There's our lake again. That's good. The dark side here. We wait till we can see almost into that.
We're going left.
Yeah, we're going to go left. So we'll just wait until we can see into it. We're already turning into it, so that's fine. So you can pull a little bit more bank in now. More bank. Check. And now feeding the back pressure. There we go, that's much clearer to go around that now. That's a much nicer thing. That's it, lovely. Just easing it off as you need to. Take some bank off, because otherwise we're going to turn hard into there. That's it. That's it. You're just adjusting it nicely. That will come round nicely on the corner. You can see the slope right in front of us, yeah?
Yeah, goes to the right.
Okay, so we're going to match that to go to the right. So off we go to the right. A bit more. That's it. Just let the nose drop as it goes. Ease off the back pressure. Just let the nose drop.
Yeah, no.
A little bit more bank over now. Over bank it. Over bank it. Check. Now you're feeding the back pressure. Check. Roll wings level. Fully over. Check. A little bit of nose up. It's enough. Forward now. As soon as you've done it, fully forward. On over the top. Join our valley back again.
It's close, 100 feet.
Yeah. It's 100 feet between friends.
And then left down there.
Yeah, we're just going slightly to the right first.
Oh yeah, there we are. And then we're
More importantly, because we're going to give ourselves turning room. So we've got
Yeah.
the river coming right in front of us. Now we can go hard left. Ease the back pressure off. Get more left bank. More left bank. Over bank it. Check. Now pull the stick in.
right.
2G, 2G. There we go. There's 1.5. Still one. There's 2.
Oh, yeah,
There we go. That'll get it turning. Check. There's the river again. Nicely done. Don't be so quick to take it off the bank.
All right.
Roll it off now. There we go.
Down that
You're
road.
trying to think too.
Yeah.
You are trying to think of it, but you're then responding too quickly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the plane
it's
was
slower than I'm thinking really, I think.
Yeah.
Because we're doing 230 knots.
Yeah. Nice and steady. We've just been pulling some G, so it will have gone up a little bit. That's it. Just follow it through the centre of the valley. It's a nice steady bit. This. You can see the importance of being able to see everything. And now you've been looking out there, you're not checking your instruments anywhere near as
No,
much, which is
hardly.
exactly what you should be doing, of course.
Oh, that's all, yeah. The odd look down. The radio
Yeah.
one I'm looking at mostly.
Yeah.
Because that's actual height above the ground, isn't it?
Yeah. And in reality, you wouldn't be actually sitting in the middle of the valley, you'd sit to one side.
Which way do we go now?
Straight on.
That one. Yeah, I understand about this bit about taking the bank off before you pull the stick back now.
Yeah. And you can tell, because as soon as you're rolled wing level, you see what your attitude is.
Yeah,
The nose high, you know you
right.
haven't taken off enough.
Yeah.
You need to roll round to the right now. So see how much the nose has come up?
Yeah, I can see it's climbing there.
They're all wings level. And now you can put it into a nice gentle left-hand turn.
You're going down that one?
Going down left again, yeah. Come out that way, it's nice.
This one on the left there?
Yep, yeah. Same one again. Take a little bit of bank off, and then a little bit of back pressure on. Now back, left bank again.
Oh, that way.
Yeah. That's it.
Have you got feedback on this? You hold it, don't you?
I'm actually resting my hand on it just to feel what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I will put some extra resistance on because you pull something too fast.
Oh, yeah, that's what I can feel. I don't know if it's walking. Where are we going now?
Just roll it wings level. And now the road has opened up that we can see the road. That's
Yeah.
good. So roll to the left. Check. A little bit back pressure. Point it at the road. That's good because we're clear on the left hand side.
Just about.
Loads of room.
Keep going left.
And now we're going to roll right.
Through that gap.
Yep, roll right through the gap again. More.
Oh.
Yep, check. Now you're feeding in the back pressure. Hey, that's the turn making it now. No, keep the back pressure in.
I'm trying not to climb too high.
No. Well, yeah, but what happened is that you were reluctant to put the full bank on.
Oh,
And by the time we get the full bank on, we've travelled far closer to the side of the hill. So therefore we have to skirt around it.
yeah, it does seem a lot of bank though, doesn't it? Well, when you're
Well, yeah, yes, because if you're not used to flying it, this is one of the problems we have with the civil pilots, is that, the thing shouts at them if they've got more than 25 degrees back. military, you're flying 80 degrees of angle on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
that's what. Yeah, and I'm used to. Well, the light aircraft you can roll on that. Can you roll this? Huh?
Well, we'll just try that, shall we?
Just why you can roll them.
So yeah, let's see. Let's have a little bit more power. Hold it wings level and forward on the stick a little bit.
What speed do you want to get up with?
Looking for 300 knots.
260.
When we hit 300, pitch it up 15 degrees nose off. 15 degrees nose off. There's our 300.
15 degrees nose up, which is about
A bit more.
50.
Jack. Fully over to the left. Hold it there. Look out the front. Slight forward pressure now. That's it. Ease that off.
Yeah. That'll be a yes then. Bit of back pressure.
That's it. Nice job.
Level up.
And just as we levelled off, I just was a little bit late in backing off the throttle, but we're at 315 knots.
Oh, that's alright, easy.
So it works.
You don't see that in the shows though, do you?
When the Vulcan was first out at Farnborough, yeah,
Oh, that,
they
yeah.
barrel rolled it twice.
When it was white.
But yeah, it can barrel roll. It remains within 0 degree, 0 G and 2 G.
Well, they did that for 707, didn't they?
Yeah, we can all do it. I'll do it in the 737.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only problem with the 737 is that you need to be very, very aware of your speed coming out the second half of it, because otherwise the airframe will overspeed quite quickly.
Right. Is this the estuary?
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes. I'm just double checking something. Yeah. Yeah, pull it round to the right. Now see how much the nose has come up now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So what you're going to do is pretty much a light wing over, but that's the speed down to 190 knots. Just let the nose drop, that will recover speed. Engines have picked up a little bit, just backing those off, roll it wings level now. Or reduce the bank, that's good enough. That's it.
Oh, I'm going to
Follow the coast around a bit. There's some red lights over there on the land.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's the Pappies.
Oh, okay, good. Don't think I'll.
So there's a runway there, nice big broad runway. Quick try and approach on that, so air brakes are out.
Gear down.
No, not yet, too fast.
Do they have flaps, these things?
No,
Oh, I wondered.
it's a big delta, just keep the turn coming round to the right. Ease the back pressure on a bit, a little. Just
Yeah.
bringing the nose up a little bit.
Because they're red, aren't they?
Yeah.
What speed we doing?
There's 220 knots now, gear can come down. In fact, the gear was never put up.
I thought I put it up. We done under the gear down. Oh, definitely down, is it?
Yep, gear's down. Air brakes are out. 180 knots.
That's a long way, isn't it?
Just give it a good visual check. Roll right to the back now. Roll right, because you're going to be late on that.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. This is the fun and games part, isn't it? So it's runway 36, which is fine. So I'll overshoot that.
Yeah. We'll try that again.
Yeah, absolutely. So get on 36. On to north. There's 220. Air brakes are in. Gears up. Climb to 1500 feet. There's our 1500. Good push forward.
Right forward. There we go.
There we go. Air brakes coming out. air brakes are always out for landing.
Am I going to go right round or?
Yeah, go to circuit.
Oh, teardrop.
Well, if you want to do the teardrop, you can do. Come back on the 180.
There's no wind, is there?
No.
I'll do a teardrop then.
Yeah.
Speed 220.
No, speed is 190.
Yes. Oh, that's altitude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah.
Very similar, isn't it?
Yeah, it really happens.
I bet.
Even with me, I'll take a quick glance and I'll misread the one that I want. Dropping at 2,000 feet a minute and you're at 2,000 feet. So 1 minute from death, which is exactly where we don't want to be. We use a little bit of a reminder is we don't ever want to be less than 1 minute from death. So if our rate of descent is equal to or greater than the height that we're at,
Yeah. Yeah, you
that's not a good place.
No. Yeah, I suppose you take a bit longer to recover.
So gear coming down.
Right, okay, so there's the runway shift.
Yeah, just keep rotating. At the moment you're 100 degrees off the runway. It's going to be 180. We're just coming through 090 now. 180 knots for our weight.
So what's the landing speed?
Depends obviously on the weight. It varies from anything from touchdown from about 125 knots to 165 knots. There's the runway, just roll it out now. Alright, so it depends which one you're going for. The one with the lights is the one that's on 180, so you need to come left slightly.
Which one is it?
Left, yeah, there's multiple runways on this. It's got 6 runways.
I can't see anything. I've seen the one on the right.
Yeah, just pull it back now.
Which one are you looking at?
Right, I'm looking at the one that we're going on, which is 180, so just continue this heading for the time being.
Right. Oh, there, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
where the red lights are.
Yeah. I was looking at the one over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Misidenting runways is a very, very common thing.
It's a better line, this one.
No,
Is
not yet.
it the second from the...
No, we're going to still come right because we want the 180. We're off the right angle at the moment, so start right hand turn onto 180. A little bit of back pressure because we're around about 60 feet.
Oh, the down busters.
Forward, absolutely. Okay, so fully forward on the stick. And now you can see where the runway is.
Well, that one over there?
Yeah. Now that's the longest runway here.
Oh, okay, that wasn't...
The roll wings level. We'll go out teardrop it around the other way.
So, yeah, okay. I was looking at... I don't know, I was looking at one over there, and then... Okay.
Yeah, so as you can see, there's a layout of actually 3 strips, so you've got 6 runways.
I thought they were parallel, but not.
No, they're all at different angles. UK is very much triangle of runways.
Yeah, okay. Right, that's the last time, okay?
Okay.
Now I know what I'm doing. Go over here. Try and keep it below.
So gear is down, flaps are, air brakes are out. Gear is down, now I can think it for landing.
Okay. So I'll get past the end of the runway. Can you see the end of the runway?
No, I won't be able to see it behind me at the moment, but as you're coming out towards this estuary, that's fine, you'll be able to teardrop around to the right.
Keep it low.
So if you put it into about a 20-degree bank, at this speed, we're sub 200 knots, which is good. So 25 degrees worth of bank, which is where we're at, it's giving us a great one turn, so it's about 3/4 of a mile radius. So we're okay with that. As you pull up, you're just pulling the nose up,
Yeah.
slowing the aircraft down, which is changing our turn radius.
That level again.
Let's give you a little bit more power. There we go. 175, 180 knots.
And I want to go round to 0, 0.
You want to be on to, north 360.
And the heights. Like a tiny bit. Drop a little bit.
It's 800 feet.
Yeah.
For our distance, that's probably about right.
It's west now. 90 degrees to go.
descending again, the speed's increased to 185.
Right. Coming up to the north, should be visible in a minute. 1,000 feet.
Yeah, we didn't get anywhere near close to that. We were far too close in.
Why is it further around?
Yeah. Just roll out wings level. Roll out on north, and then we'll be able to turn in. So we'll be a local perch point. Just come out slightly to the right. That's correction to the left.
The left,
Yeah, that's
right.
fine.
Yeah.
That's enough. And it's just to give us a left bias. There we go. Coming down to the runway now. So passing the runway. Just on the 36 threshold now.
So what do we do? Do a right and we're going to do a big left?
No, we're just going to go straight forward, then we're going to do a right and come back onto 180. So we're basically flying a visual circuit.
Oh, I see. So we're going downwind or what we call it?
Correct, yeah. Downwind. Effectively, we're downwind.
Basically. Is that the runway there? That
Yeah.
one? Just going past. Yeah.
So we're paralleling that runway, fine.
Yeah, okay, great. How's the time doing, by the way? Okay.
Yeah, we're good for time. We've got about 10 minutes of your first hour to go, and then you can have your 15 minutes doing your
Landings. Yeah. Well, I've had a bit of practice.
Well, that's one of the things.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, once you've flown a bit of low level, you've flown a bit of low level. And that's why we try and do a nice mix within that hour. So we've done a nice little mix here. We're getting a little bit of low visual circuits in, which is really quite nice for a change. It's beyond a lot of people because they're just not aware of how to fly it. So we've got 2,000 feet and we're able to descend now.
Going down now.
So you would be using visual references and stuff like that. It's a strange airfield for us, and we would just aren't ticking stuff away. So we know we're doing 180 knots, for instance. We know if we fly for a minute, we're going to be 3 miles away. Forward on the stick. So we just give ourselves a bit of time, and that's one of the things that really is, which is why you start counting bananas. One banana takes a second.
Yeah.
So we do lots of bananas in the RAF.
Yeah, not Mississippi's that time.
No, I think that's more American.
Yeah. Are we far enough down?
Or yeah, when they're doing a tactical break, they're doing what's called we're doing a crossover shackle. When you do a shackle, as you pass over, what you say, what both pilots say is chicken tikka masala, and then turn back in.
Oh, right.
And that gives them their spacing. But they're doing sort of 400 knots. Right, yeah, you can turn into the right now. Nice steady 25 degree turn, 25 degrees of banks, go straight into the 25. There you go. Pitch the nose up, make it a level turn. 1.5 G total. 1.5 G would be too much at this bank, so 1.2 G is what we'll be after.
What we are?
There's a correlation between how much bank you've got and how much G you're going to pull.
No? Is that one? Well, there must be one, yeah. 2.
Yeah, that's good. Just ease it off.
Yeah, we're climbing.
Nose picking up. Yeah, it's not very accurate in that respect, but you know, it's what we get. We work to within the tolerance, which is why I get people to pull to 2G first, and then they can back it off if they need to. The other thing that we do in that respect is, if you're in the right simulator and you've got the right feedbacks going on, you would pull to what's known as the light buffet.
Yes, I know what you mean, yeah.
So you pull to the buffet, and that's how the Reds do that. They have little shakers on the front, the leading edge of the aircraft. So roll out, wings level.
Right.
So we've turned in, so we had come out too far, so that's fine. So maintain this track, don't try and turn in now. So roll it out to the left. Let's think this thing through at the moment. So the runway heading is
north-south.
North-south. So that's literally as it is to us at the moment. It is along that line. So roll to the right a little bit. So we're now coming into it. I can see the runway down there. So we'll going to start our turn in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I still can't see it. Where is it?
It's right out over here.
Yeah. Down?
Yeah, it can start a nice gentle turn. A little bit of nose back. About 400 feet, so we're a bit on the low side. See the red lights?
Yeah.
Yeah, check that forward. So we've got too aggressive a turn on at the moment. So take some bank off. There we go. Let the nose drop a little. There we go. That's better. See the runway now?
Yeah. I think I can. Yeah, I'm coming around to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming around quite nicely now.
Right. So
170 knots, which is good.
still red's a bit low, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Coming around.
Yeah. It's okay. You're just going through the centre line of the runway now.
Yeah. There's a little nose down. Yeah, I've gone too far again. haven't I?
Yeah. Just a little bit of back pressure. We've been steadily descending.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Had we got the height there, that would have been fine, because that would have been easier to see. So what we're doing is we're not keeping it close enough into the circuit for
No.
800 foot circuit and maintaining that 800 foot until we start descending on the finals.
Yeah.
So you wait until you've got the aircraft on the perch point. We're in base, and there we go. That's better. There you go. Getting that.
Ooh.
Yeah, now you're really, really over controlling it.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you flare it then.
Yep. Just flare it. There we go. Okay, roll it through.
Oh, because it's still down.
Pull back on the stick.
You gonna shut the parachute out? Or going up again?
Yep. That's it. Check forward.
I heard we did touchdown, haven't we?
Yeah, we did.
Touch and go. Well,
That was really strange. Okay, just a little bit hard left. Check. Pull.
what was strange?
Check forward. Roll to the right. Fully over to the right. Check. And those come down and around. Gears down. It brakes now back out. Pull that through now.
We're gonna have another go.
Yeah, just have a quick. Just got us a little bit more height, you see. So have a quick look at it. Roll it over to the right. Keep going. Pull it through. There we go. Get a nice turn going on it. That's better. feet, that's good.
Yeah, obviously 2 whites, 2 reds would be good, wouldn't it?
Check. Rolling level. There's all whites.
Yeah, we're obviously pretty high.
Yeah, but we're at 160 knots, so we can pop the nose down quite steeply. Get up to about 180 knots. And that will lose a whole load of height really quickly. There we go.
Better line.
That's 175 knots, so that's good. Yeah, brakes are out, undercarriage is down. That's it. First red is on, second red's on. Now we've gone very quick there, so that's how quickly we're coming down.
Well,
Yeah, just put that on the front of your, the bottom of your front windscreen.
yeah, cheers. Yeah, cheers now.
Yeah, we're running a bit on the slow side. We've got the engines back in there, that's fine. That's it. We're a bit on the slow side. That's it. Just run it in, run it in, run it in. Let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. Let it drop. No, we corrected it slightly to the right. That's slightly to the left, not a problem. Picked up our speed. That's fine, that's good. It's coming down. Here we go, clunk. Forward on the stick. That's it. That's actually run that bit up.
It's a long way off, isn't it? Yeah. You got a brake then?
Yeah, brakes are on.
Oh, you might have got that down.
Look at that. That was better, wasn't it? There's a dual problem that we had there is I didn't put power on early enough, which gave you more of the sync rate, and by the time it recovers because of the delay in the engines,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
it all goes a bit squirrely. Right, okay, let's have a look and see where we're going. Lima Oscar Wind, Lima Oscar. Lima Oscar. Whiskey. So we want runway 26, ILS 26, and we want to be about 8 miles.
We don't have ILSs on this, do we?
We do.
Oh, do we?
We do.
Because obviously I follow them.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Well, that's why I've chosen this one.
Oh, is this Innsbruck?
Innsbruck.
Mm-hmm.
Runway right in front of us.
Yeah. Oh, right down there. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So let's put radios on. So we want 111.1 on the ILS. 111.1 is set. ILS is active and set. You've got the yellow bar just in here, and then you've got the course needle there.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Mm.
That'd be interesting.
Will be.
What about the approach, the height and that stuff?
Yep, that's right on with us at the moment. It's set us up perfectly.
Yeah, you don't keep that in line with these two?
No, you keep on
zero,
the bar.
On zero, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's right, because the ladder
It is the horizon, yeah.
stays still. Doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So keep it on zero.
Yep. Happy?
Yep.
So, ready to rock and roll?
Yeah. Gear down, is it?
Yep, everything's set.
Are we moving? Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see, so if I pull back, okay, that's it, right, okay, I've got the idea. Yeah, the awkward thing is you can't see, can you?
Yeah, so now you're relying on your instrument
Yeah, to keep that
completely.
Keep that level with that. If that does my descent, does it?
Yeah. And you can see that's starting to go down now. So you need to chase it down.
Yeah.
And it's straying off to the left as well.
Is that what this is?
That's what that says, that little yellow needle there.
Oh, that needle. Oh.
Yeah.
So I've got to go left.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're flying to it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now you're picking up that ILS. Now, right at the top, I've got the runway and I've got one red light on it.
Okay, let's go more left.
Yep.
Oh, let's see how it works now. Okay, got it. Go fly across the end. Down.
So you can see that the glide slope is dropping well underneath us now.
Go down there.
There we go.
When's the runway?
Yeah, right in front of us.
Yeah. Okay, that's coming back. It's still off to the left. Back a bit. Back a bit. That's it. Right, it's coming in now. Level now again.
On glide path, but just on the glide slope.
So, it's the right now. Let's correct it again.
Yep, and glide slope's well dropping below you.
Oh, it's right. Oh, it's there. It looks so different. The one light stuff. That's not what it looks like.
No, that's, yeah.
I get the idea now. Yeah, it's very different.
So they've gone too low now.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
Too low. Yeah.
I don't.
Right a bit. Bring that down there. Yeah, I mean, I've got VR goggles as well, so I do it in VR as well, and that's different
It's a
again.
completely different experience.
Yeah. Still a bit low there. Yeah, you lose complete sight of the runway there. I can't see it at all now.
Yeah, it's right underneath us now. Just off to the right.
Oh yeah. So how do you is that there's some roofs down there.
Yep.
That's the other thing, you don't realise how high up you are.
Yeah. It's a completely different set of perspective.
Yeah.
Just reset that. Sorry, get the right one here.
Yeah, do Los Angeles, sorry, you said.
Okay. Okay.
Might have a better approach there.
FOFK.
But yeah, it's the visibility thing. Really quite something. And when you look up, you can't really see down. And that's pretty accurate, is it? The view we have here.
Well,
In terms of looking down.
It's getting the right balance of it at the moment. And I think what they need to do is to
Raise it up a bit.
raise it up, but then it plays awkward with this.
Oh yeah, well this has to match the 2 reds, 2 whites.
Yeah. KSOF, I think it is. FO, let's try FO. Yes. San Francisco. So let's have a look. I'm not sure which one's on what. We'll go 8 miles final on 28 left. So on 28 left, 8 miles final.
It's just from over the sea or?
It'd be from the bay.
From the bay. Oh yeah.
Right, so nicely well set there. I think they've got the height a lot better there. I don't think the height is particularly well set up for Innsbruck.
No, is it 28 left?
28 left is the one we're on. So we're on the left-hand runway, and we've got, at the moment, we've got some reds and we've got some whites.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So we're pretty well set for that.
Just try and follow it in on here. Have you done this, or am I going to do it visually?
Let me have a look and see if that has set that ILS up there. It's got 109.55, so I suspect that is the correct one. And we'll see in a sec. Okay, you have control?
Yep.
Yep, that's set.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the runway a bit better on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they've got the height set on this correctly. I haven't gone in. There were so many presets on there, I've not ever been able to check them out. There we go, that's better. Now what's happening now is that you're over descending.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay, so I can see what's going on here. So you're not getting into the groove as it's known. So if you hold about 1,000 foot set a minute descent rate. In fact, if you then pull that up to about 800 foot a minute descent rate, what should happen is that needle should fly into us.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So I'll keep that.
So we do an intercept into it.
I'll keep that up.
Yeah. In reality, you would just hold your current height, and then it would drop through. So we're drifted off to the left.
Would you not? Can you not do it on power as well to some extent?
Well, you would do, yeah. I'm doing that to a certain extent on here.
Yeah. Let's get that back to the right a bit.
So that's been permanently pushing us low.
We should intercept the.
We've got 1,000 feet at the moment, so we remain permanently low, so a little bit more back pressure on it. Dependent on your speed, it would be. I'm thinking for our sort of speed in, would be about 800 foot a minute descent rate. If we start that one off again, because the start point is much better.
We'd have walked away from that, though, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That wasn't much wrong with that. But if we go back to the beginning on that one, and you've got control once it goes on, then maintain our current height, and then we'll go down to 800 foot a minute.
Right.
Okay. So I'm just letting everything get settled there. It was on 150 knots descent rate, which is fine. So now it's already dropped to 2,000 feet a minute. Okay, so there we are on that. So now we're going to descend at 800 feet a minute. So I'm just easing the power off for you. 155 knots, which is fine. That's it. So let it drop down to 800 feet a minute.
Alright.
Yeah, a little bit more. That's only about 7. Yeah. Drop it down to 1,000 feet a minute now. That's enough. That's it, and bring it round to the right. Yep. So it's just on the bottom of our screens.
Got it. Bring it round to the right. Watch this here.
Just roll it back to the left now. Check. Check. Your rate of descent is good. So visually we're going okay. So now we can let it come. Now we've gone up to an awful lot faster. That's fine. One thing's going pear shape there.
I'm just watching the fact we're on the white, so
yeah, that's okay. We've got one red on there, that's fine.
Okay. Now we're still to the right. Across to the right. There you walk the fault down.
Yeah, we're down to 155 knots, which is about right. Rate of descent's dropped to 2,000 feet a minute, so now you'll start feeding that back pressure in. Check. There we go. That's better. That's around about 1,200 feet a minute for 150 knots, which is good. So we've gone under the glide slope.
Got that one now.
Yeah, so a little bit more back pressure on. That's it. That's good. Just hold it off. That's good. It's 500 feet a minute. That's catching that up nicely. So it's nice and soft. That's good. Let the nose drop a little bit, just increase the rate of descent. Try that one last time.
Have you got time?
Yeah, no, you got time. One more time.
Yeah, it's the lining up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to work out what you're doing, so I can give you a little bit more assistance on it. One of the things you're doing is you're straying off quite quickly, and then you're taking lots of corrections back and forth.
Yeah, I should try and keep it from all the way up. Yeah, I'm
more to try be a little bit smoother.
Yeah.
A little bit more relaxed.
Well, it's a bit dim to 172, isn't it?
Oh, only by about I don't know 90 odd tons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not much.
No, maybe I should fly more airlines.
So a little bit of back pressure on. Let's get our rate of descent checked. So forward on this. Now, see what's happening? There's a big pull back there rather than getting nice and steady somewhere. So that's good. Now you can let that ease off once that comes down to us.
Yeah.
That's coming down to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So do you want me to follow it down?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we're going to do there is slow that down. Now as you're dropping the nose, I'll think so. Now the nose needs to drop down.
Yeah.
Pick up that thing now. So we don't want to go too much faster than that, but we're drifting to the right. right. Correct. We're drifting to the left.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this back in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So now we're at 1,000 feet. Roll it wings level because you've made the course correction.
Yeah.
Let's fly into the needle, which is fine.
It's there.
A little bit of back pressure on now. That's it. Nice and gentle with the back pressure.
Let's come back in.
Yeah. That's going. We're going below it, but we're correcting nice and steadily here.
That's better.
So that's much better. 160 knots is good for us. Catching the needle up really quite nicely. Now we're maintaining a good visual with the runway each time as well. 155 knots is good. Going to tend to overcorrect that to the right now. You're overcorrecting to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Now you're letting the nose drop again.
Yeah, because it's doing two things at once.
Yeah. Well, you can do two things at once at this stage.
So I'm too.
Let the nose drop.
I'm too high.
No, we're too low at the moment.
I'm too low.
And we're going off to the right. That's okay, we go off to the right, aren't we? Not too much.
Back slowly to the left.
Now what will happen is we'll very quickly fly through. If we aren't right nailing the descent rate, so we want to be about 1,000, where we are is absolutely fine. 1,000 feet a minute, that's fine. Tiny little bit of back pressure on the stick, that's enough. That's corrected that nicely already. Ease that off now, ease it off, ease it off, ease it off. Yeah, right, land on the right one way.
I'm nearer.
Yeah. Let the nose drop again. I'm just easing off the throttle for you. It's 500 feet a minute, that's fine. Here comes the glide slope all the way through, so we're going right through there. That's fine, but we're okay, we're good. That's a nice one. A little bit of back pressure. That's gear down, fully nose down. Feet on the rudders.
Oh yeah.
Kick it left. That's it. There we go, that was better.
Yeah.
Just takes a bit of practice.
It's the wrong one, mate. I'd have been told.
But, but at the end of the day, you see it's 95 tons of aeroplane. If you're used to flying the Cessnas around, that's a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah. Well, there we are. At least you walked away from most of them.
There we go. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Oh, very much. Yeah, it's been brilliant. Thank you.
Excellent. Let's get that photograph sorted out of you.
Okay. Okay.
Shove the brakes on here a minute. Gives us some scenery for you.
Actual runway as well. When's your next going? 12?
Literally, we'll be following you on in about 2 minutes.
All right. Do you get many women?
We get a reasonable amount. I think it's probably about 85% men.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Essentially, we do get them. And the sad news is that they fly better.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're much more gentle, aren't they? Did you all stay then in the end? Oh.